Hello, first of all. Let me make sure I'm taking the right card, and I am. Crappy path. Ooh, nice liturgy. I almost like shock more than liturgy anyway, so. Or do even, I can say. I mean, it's close, right? They're up there. Both very, very close. You could argue either way. Nice corrupt. And those cards will help you stabilize like no others. Like Angel of Serenity. When I just lost him. Thought I had the game. It was a stabilized kind of thing. Apparently not. Oh my god. Fuck. Wow. Take this and don't expect to see any black back next pack. I hope I play D2 to round 1. Definitely the Zephyr's Charge, of course. Or the Pitchfork Devils, one of the two. That Zephyr Charge would be alright if there was a couple of cool creatures like Cephalid Constables or something. I went with it. Okay. Archaeomancer, very nice, but certainly you could say I'm more likely to play red than blue at this point. I'm very insightful, I know. Well, Pestering Newt, one of those filler cards, you know, something you don't really yearn to get, and really don't value them very highly. You shouldn't, rather, maybe, I would say, but it's filler. I mean, it's not bad by any means. Kills little things and possibly does a lot more. It's not nearly bad. Awesome one drop. I love one drops. Crazy tempo. His removal, I mean, especially if you can sack it on will, at will. Spiderwick Chronicles is on TV. I like that kind of movie. It's like very, it's like fantasy, whatever, realistic, but not. Spore Mound. But that's nice. Really surprised that came back in this, like, horrifying this, like. If my memory is good, I'd remember what people passed, but I think it's crazy stuff. Smart pick might be this. Chanter Rather's nice. But might need that demolish. That's the kind of pick that I would have mistaken or done incorrectly often and do. Should take that little guy, maybe. Want and I don't see many of them for some reason. But yeah, it's the card you don't really like anyways in the second color that is slightly more powerful. But the consistency you get from just taking a red card or a card in your colors, just being able to maybe make mono colored more likely, it's just that much better. I mean, you know, if I take the Chanter then or whatever, often I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? You know, it's like just some wasted pick essentially. So you don't want to play it, and the likelihood of playing another color like or white at this point is, I mean, not good anyways. Not a crappy pack, but that's actually nice, better than my first pack last time. First pick. The Dismiss into Dream, always good, but guys are a little more down to earth, more business. X to the head versus maybe killing creatures, slate mana. Good lick. Ooh, that Tidebinder Mage is nice. Dragon Egg always good. I like this. Oh. I'll almost get that shortcutter back the way things look. I mean, what I got back last time, but it's not really a reason to pass it. I'm just taking this though. Maybe hate drafting, maybe possibly playing it. Considering I am playing red though, it's a justifiable hate draft, and the fact that it could easily get that goblin back. It's a rare draft. What is it, 50 cents maybe? At least. It's a nice card. You can see it going up. Master of Diversion was good, in my humble opinion. Very likely going to play mono red at this point. Like I said, I've been doing that far too often, taking the Chanter over the Demolish, for example. Just the consistency of one color, honestly, I keep talking about it, but it's so good. You can't really underestimate that. Especially when it's picks like this, like let's say you were to want to take the Holler. I mean, I don't know why, but it's, you know, deviating from just the simple plan. Sticking to the color. I mean, you know you're going to be playing that. Once you know you're going to be playing color, like you have a certain number of cards in it, whatever it is, 7, 8 good cards in that color, whatever. There's no point on necessarily deviating. If you can help it, just stay in. But if, of course, the road looks good enough, then jump into second or third or whatever. But I think that's like the rough logic. You want to just, you passing this is nice and this. Basically, avoid the worst case. And that's lovely. I mean, yeah, avoid the worst case by making sure you've got something sort of, it's like piecing together, whatever, a robot as the competition's going on. You know, you see that professor up there, and they're looking at his clock, and you know that you've got to have something to fight in the immediate robot league. It's the worst when you just got all your robot pieces all over. Shove something together with duct tape and does not do anything. Talks maybe, the other robots are fighting. Fiend Slayer, very nice. I almost want to take it. Possibly should. I'm going to find out what it's worth. If anything. Well, stupid comment. It certainly is worth something. This guy's buying for 50 cents, this guy's selling for 4. Okay, what's the deal? Let's see. Egg. Frozen or something. Oh, why doesn't it work? One, I see. Somebody's selling it for 1. Ooh, that sinks. Gotta pass it. God, both of those cards are hyper annoying. Which is worse, I don't know. Oh, lordy. Hate to pass that cleansing, but I will do it. For the good of being good. And I often forget about that number 1 goal. Pardon me. I am a terrible player. It's a fact, but I certainly try. And giving it 100% all the time is the simplest way to be as good as you can. And it's like, once again, a completely intelligent, useless sentence for you. Wild guess is always nice, but in mono red, I mean. Especially with the Pyromancer. I don't really have much of a late game even, so doubles are quite nice. 3 shocks. It's wonderful. My deck's good. Hard to say that. Of course, you face the guy with the Fiend Slayer Paladin and the 8 Congregates or something. Sliver. This guy's not good in my deck right now. What to do? I suppose I'm hate drafting this. I'd almost like to hate draft this, then mixed with the uncommon factor. Get a penny for it. It's just so pretty. Once again, I'll try to make the smart play pick. What was the correct pick? Probably the Cantrix, maybe actually. One of the blue cards, not the waste, I don't think. If I use the bin, I suppose I'd regret it if I faced the guy who's got 3 Moon Evolves or 5 Shimmering Grottos to fix his mana. I want to play that Lava Axe. That's an I should. Alright. See you in a moment. Not great, but not terrible. I had some 1 land and I think a 0 land hand today. So and stuff. I will almost certainly kill anything he plays. It's even better when I cast divination. I like it. Nice. What if I can cancel that or whatever? Up to you. I can just say like, okay. Probably can. Whether I want to or not even is another story. Why not? Let's see if I can do it. I don't even know. No, I don't think I can. I'm like, no, not targeting. Can I untarget? There we go. How about, really, can I just cancel? Cancel, we'll just say May, and it'll, no, it's not working. Oh well. I don't know why I was clicking on those, it looked like it might have been some kind of targeting mechanism or whatever. Goes to show how good I am, right? I had to try it. So apparently you can't do that. I guess new targets, right? It's already been targeted, so it's whatever. A simple rule. Like, many of you judges would laugh at me, I'm sure, but interesting. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure it out here. Is my point. Oh, so already targets makes new targets, so it's like stuck on those targets at least, or whatever. I guess. Stupid of me. Yeah, before he gets anything fancy going on, starts countering stuff and whatnot. That's nice. Play sloppy pre-combat stuff. Left and right. It's funny, not knowing if that thing would work. This thing, I was thinking I would just maybe not have any better times, or just using up the mana, essentially sort of like a balance between testing it and tempo. But even if it was just to discard to the raider, I didn't even think of that aspect. I would have maybe considered it a little bit more. Just thinking possibly. My point is, it was a calculated. I do that sometimes. I just, it's fun. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work. It's like testing the rules by not asking people. It's stupid. not asking for directions thing. Glad I caught myself. Half the time I'll play that land with this thing on board. Even I think I should change my info too. I'm roughly as good as most people. Almost best to hold that. You can say a couple things. You could rip negate next turn and feel like an idiot, maybe not for not having played it. But at the same time, you can say it's certainly better to surprise people with that. Play something small that you can kill with this guy flinged at it or something. Let's see if this guy resolves. It's an epic battle. Giant Spider versus Canyon Minotaur. This is where you should think of what's in your deck. I don't nearly often enough. I've got 2 shocks and the geyser. And that. So, let's do some simple math. 5, the geyser, 1 for this. Okay. The shock combined with this puts them to 5. Nice to see that, whether it resolves or not. Nice. Nice tempo play. Respect that. I think I play this. I think I'll fling the Raider. Yeah, I should even pop. deal with this. So get another creature to get one through that wall, which is very likely. It's also likely that I win by just doing some damage. Excuse me, a good way to do that would be fling creatures at him like a Goblin Short-Cutter. Think outside the box that way, you know. I mean, just not, maybe it's not that radical, it's not what I mean. Just throwing up a creature like that, just to straight up raise him. I should probably even. Seems so weird, but fling these fuckers or fling that at least at him. It's not gonna go anywhere. More than likely I can finish off this wall. Who knows? I mean, it might be better to just keep it, but I should have done some specific math like this, what this actually means or whatever. If I could have done it without having to do that end of turn, maybe. Just a mana issue is all. Like I said, this is where it's funny, you just, you know, if you just think about what's exactly in your deck and do some math, like, oh, okay, if I draw this and this, I need this, if he's got cancel and this and that, you know, just simply think about it. I mean, that's all. That's the only skill I have. It's just knowing that I can analyze things possibly if I take my time and don't go all ADD. Whatever the word is. Scatterbrained. As you can tell, I don't finish most of my thoughts. The Pope. It's funny people say that, like, what does that mean? Open trade with you? Hey, I hear you're into trading. Ooh. I'm gonna keep it. I've got a shock to justify this. Doesn't kill much, I mean, especially when it's got, like, revoke and stuff. That's my justification. I actually need 2 lands to be really good. So, yeah, I want to risk your hands I've kept in a while. I'm a fool. I just straight up shock him. I can't do that. Geyser, hey, or the Devils, maybe. Probably the Devils. I'm glad I didn't rip this land, to be honest. I mean, that's truly what I expect. I've kept many hands like that, and you know, this is what usually happens. You know, you miss or whatever, and eventually get it. If your hand's good enough that you can afford that, it's like a calculated risk, whatever, risk reward, whatever. It's nice to be able to do that in this kind of deck, and that's why one color in particular is good. You could have had, if you're playing two colors, for example, planes or whatever, and flames the firebrand and a shock and whatnot, and not being able to keep it, but keep more hands and whatnot. Of course, I shouldn't have pitched the devils, pun intended. I don't know what I would have gotten rid of, but it seems bad. How do I double shock this fucking thing? It's crazy. Actually, it's pretty stupid, especially with the outreach in my hand. It's like a tempo play, I think. Which is stupid because I should be like resource battling at this point, probably. It seems bad to not do anything really. E8s. Wait, I suppose I should actually attack that. So I want to kill it. No, I think you want to. Yeah, I'm not even going to trade. It's like my only threat right now. And that's maybe even trading out tricks or whatever, and sort of making him not use his mana, just sit there, not cast something, maybe back and forth, kind of waiting battle sort of thing that happens occasionally. I'll let him get something. Get lucky. If you cast Frost Breath, yay. I was like, okay, I was gonna just cast this pre-combat to be lazy and press F6 or whatever. But I guess I'll do maybe a little bit of work and wait till combat and cast it. It's so comforting playing against blue-green, knowing that their removal is usually lacking. Or whatever, it just seems safer, right? You've got less than black-red, for example, of course. So once something like an evasion creature resolves, you know, it's safer and more relevant than versus other colors, I'd say. You know, blue-green is basically tempo-based, and you know, you don't want to let things resolve. I mean, if you get to late game, like, well, with evasion and drawing cards and whatnot, you're roughly, I'm gonna say trouble, but that's just vague, not real logic. But anyways, I'm just saying there's differences in color as well. smart, but probably okay. I must feel bad killing this cool guy, but I did it. Also, Windreaver Sphinx. Oh, Guardian of the Ages. Windreaver? Something is a reader. Windreaver. Reader. Reader. I don't know that. I've got a Lord of the Pit on the board. And awkward moment staring at the opponent. Not really. It sucked. But I'm not facing D-Tutor. Although this will set up for a perfect finals if I do win this. And he wins. Can't wait. Sort of annoying me nice little almost hidden icons. Not really. Oh, poor guy. Ooh. Or Kiss Manager. More than likely the correct play is this shortcutter, I believe. Maybe. I'm supposed to popping that thing 3 times. Hermione graduates, just so that looks important. I was thinking about Hermione today, actually. That's actually the best news I've heard, ever. Anything about Hermione beats the false wars in Syria, Ukraine. I suppose I meant to say falsely justified. Justified on lies. Versus the simplistic beauty of a seemingly very nice and lovely woman. I'm going to have to kill that. Oh, and Christina Ricci is expecting. Good for her. How could you ever say anything bad about that, right? Somebody wanting to have a child. That's very vague, I suppose. There are many circumstances in which somebody wanting to have a child would be an evil thing or something. I don't believe in evil, but you know what I'm saying. Decided my smelt. demolish actually. Nah, I'm too worried about that thing. I'd have to have seen a haunted plate mail. 2 of those to maybe consider siding in a smelt. Even if there were like 5 more artifacts in the set, smelt would be good maybe, but or demolish even better. There aren't that many, so they're not good. By the way, I'm thinking about, I hate to think about what I've said in the past, I try not to rehash anything, but I used the word war. Just thinking in both cases, it's nowhere near a war. In Syria, for example, there are terrorist groups fighting versus the government. That's as simple as it is. A fact. And in the Ukraine, there's been provocations left and right and instigated violence all over the place. Anything from a simple war, as it were, a justified fight against another government. Oh, who's that? Nisa Court. French's mustard. Play my Goblin Piker. And love it. Got something on the board. Pacifism? No. That's good. I can get my cards going. I wonder if I should attack with both. I probably should. I don't really want to take 2 damage a turn and just have those stick up everything. This might be terrible what I'm doing. Feels terrible. I hate how it just automatically clicks it like that. I don't know what I'm doing. I've talked about that before, but why it's doing that. Like once I pick a 3rd target or whatever, but you can change the numbers otherwise. You know, if you just got it clicked on one, you can not have it automatically put all 3 to the 1 target, but if you're clicking all 3, then it just automatically does or whatever, versus being able to distribute between 2 even back and forth before it finalizes the spell. It's just so bad, just like me describing it, but I hate that thing of it. Ricochet will end up saving me. Might be best to discard it with all these, or this mana that I can possibly use, maybe. And maybe better to keep the, would have been better to keep the land, maybe. God, forgive me. I'm just gonna tie a bandana around my neck and mouth. Just mumble incoherently as I'm doing right now, anyways. No point on me even giving commentary when I'm as rambling as I am. Hopefully, occasionally, something makes sense. That's what I can hope for. I guess I'll do this. Play it smarter. Not just randomly, or first play my barrage for no reason whatsoever. I don't think these things are gonna. Although we could just, I don't know. I'm trying to think of why I'd want to play it first versus doing that. Maybe get a hatchling, and that would be way more logical. Nice. I wouldn't mind. Maybe tempoing it, whatever that means, and block this. Sort of like last time I was talking about it, trying to explain. Just using my mana efficiently, essentially racing as fast as possible. But, I mean, clearly there's huge benefits to just having an attacker on the board still, a creature, being able to overwhelm him, but he's going to overwhelm me soon, so I can just sort of attempt to combat his beefiness with my tempo or whatever. Because let's see the difference between if I don't block that, the next turn I attack with both, he blocks the Minotaur, I sack it maybe, takes 4. I'd sort of rather play the Devils, it's very relevant, meaning I wouldn't want to attack even, and so maybe blocking that is nice. I don't know, it's like sort of more my style now, just changing a little bit. I used to play tempo a lot, but I mean, then I developed into more control-y kind of thing and lost my original heart, you know. Not that control is not tempo and blah blah blah, but just, you know, it's the basic competing styles that naturally exist in any game. Suppose if I kill that, he gets an 8/8. Mind you, he takes a lot of damage. I like that. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Put all the counters on. Greedy. Maybe yes. Just kidding. What am I doing? I'm just pressing F6. Do I? Play land? Apparently not. Flames is nice, the Devils is nice. What to do? I like them both. if you got that planar cleansing. It's interesting sometimes, knowing whether you're just guessing whether the opponent's good or not, and the synergy that his deck might actually have. That's why the card's poop, by the way, relatively speaking. It's like a whole turn that he needed, like, desperately to do something. And he didn't do anything for 6 mana, basically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know everything. What the fuck am I doing? Don't even know. Jeebs. Jeebs cripes. Let me try to come up with an answer. I really want them all. I need, if I rip a land, I can kill them, apparently, it seems. So I'm gonna chuck something. Okay, so A, B, or C. The Devils would be a nice blocker and kills him, deals damage, seems great. Geyser is straight to the dome, seems almost better. Is a body better than direct damage? I don't know, probably not. This thing kills him nicely though, it's obviously amazing to have, but so is the Geyser. Either way, I got lucky and I hope I can beat T2. No offense to him, but no, I mean, if you're gonna disconnect on me like probably 5 times out of the 6 we played or something, I tried to get a little bit, you know, personal about it. Thank you. Perfect. Although I don't want him to get packed, so never mind. Change of plans, FSP, win. Yes. I was talking to a friend just seconds ago. He said this guy's in his queue. Simon Parsons turned fact. Starting to be slow. So I'll be pausing this. This is going to be really painful. I should just pause it and show you what happens at the end. Seriously, I'm going to hate this. Oh, burpee, excuse me. Watch here. I'll press F6. And he presses, he's going to give his turn and then pass me off. Give me my turn and then wait for a minute. That's my theory. Because he's drafting, so however long it takes for him to pick, probably going back and forth. Anyway, so I'm going to pause this. I'll show you once I beat his ass game 1. Probably not. I'll get mind routed and stuff. I'll bring you in on the action here. Land, or non-land actually, either way. Sitting pretty. Wrong to say this feels like a cat and mouse thing. I know I'm like a really, really fucking stupid cat, but maybe just a cat with a gun. What I was trying to say, I'm thinking about now everything. psychologically, emotionally. I'm thinking of enjoying trying to kill him. And that's actually, just to analyze for a second, I've thought of this kind of thing before, sports psychology and whatnot. It's sort of a thing I've been lacking. It's like essentially, I think guilt and hesitation are sort of, something that holds you back. It's a rough idea that it's like the yin-yang principle of aggression versus pacifism, for example. Certainly, I haven't used enough of the red energies, I suppose, for a made-up term. I pause it. I'll see if he does anything. Or I mean, doesn't do anything. I'll pause it if he slows. And consistently slow. It's just picking. Probably still in that draft, I think. I don't know what to do. I really don't know. I think I'll attack with my Minotaur. I'll have to use that outrage or look like an idiot. Or the geyser, perhaps. For some reason, maybe not. But, I mean, less likely the geyser. I don't know why I'd use it over the outrage. But maybe just having played the shortcut would have been better. Too bad it doesn't take two. That's worth it, I believe. And save you more pain. The video's already monotonous, slow enough. What to do here? More than likely. Maybe just play it cool. Whatever that means. And not attack, I guess. The hatchling, the raider? I don't know. It's showing my expertise in my inability to make decisions. It's not playing as slowly as I thought. Probably should have just played the hatchling, maybe. Tried to get in for 4 or 5. I don't know. Raider gets in there too, though. Allows me to start doing more. I don't have to sink all my mana into it. Goodness, excuse me. Burp. Terribly rude of me. I want to attack with everybody, actually, now. Let him pump his knight twice. Probably foolish, I don't know, I'm just going on it's coming to me first. I guess that's ideal if he happens to just take that. And then again, he can respond by saving himself. I was thinking Geyser would kill him. This is sort of weird. Losing 2 guys, but this was sort of what I wanted, I think. He does block my Minotaur, kind of sucks too. He pumps it twice. And then we only get in for 3. Don't know why I wanted to use this mana so badly. Could have just developed the board more, or attacked just with the Raider. And that, or something, not attacking with everybody. I'm not sure how terrible it is, but it seems bad now that I think about it. Kill that. And stop this guy on the board. I mean, he's threatening. You know? No idea. So I'm gonna save my Geyser. I like all these cards. What do I play? Hatchling seems more obvious, but upon a quick thought, that and the Geyser seem maybe like a better play. Dumping all my mana into the Hatchling and could lose to a Ring Flash or something. No planar cleansing? Oh wait, doesn't matter. Shit, I was sort of worried for it. I didn't realize. Okay, yeah. So bad I am. So ignorant I am with the board. Just like George Soros. MTGO, actually a corrupt would be pretty annoying. That too. Jeebus. Again, I shouldn't be too worried. I've got a Volcanic Geyser in my hand. And game. On to game 2. It's funny because he's in the other event, so he can't disconnect. You know what I should just do? Do it for 2 and attack the round. Just kidding. I'm gonna fuck with him. Excuse me. Get my breath on. Building decks, submitting a deck, playing round 1, whatever he's doing. Shredded non-zombie. Such a good card. I love them. fun game to play. Ignore the symptoms. I'm like, oh, my hands numb, my arms kind of numb. Died of a sudden stroke. Saw it coming. Should have maybe killed the master of diversion before he can sack it. So I wanted to kill it anyways. Seems like a waste of the geyser, but probably it wasn't. Wouldn't have been. That's so fucking risky. What if I got to lose though, right? And maybe he's got a dude though. White 2 mana or 2/2 guy. Or not, and he's gonna lose. I think this is sort of safe, maybe. That seems safe. I think the clock is still the same to kill him, so beats losing to a fortifier too. It's kind of playing I do often, just disastrous pitching the games. Avoid those worst case, them killing you back. You're just trying to blindlessly erase them, you know, it's like stabbing at somebody in the dark. So stupid. He lost connection. I wonder if he's in the other vent. They'll probably come back in like a minute. Like, oh yeah, I'm playing in another vent. Somebody said he was in queue with him just whatever it was. How long ago, an hour ago, or whatever. I guess he could have lost. No, but it was Swiss, right? So this is confusing. Anyways, I didn't think he'd disconnect because he was in a Swiss event. Maybe his anger supersedes the Swiss. Like, look at this. Too funny. I'm gonna ask him and tell him if he disconnected, probably because of my Shiv's embrace. And he scooped. Wow. I've never seen that from him. That's rare. Thanks for watching.